أبدأ. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. طلاب المسجلين مساق رايتنج 2، أسعد الله صباحكم. أتمنى أن تكونوا بخير أنتم وجميع أفراد أسركم، وأن ينجينا وينجي الله جميع المسلمين وجميع الفلسطينيين من هذه الجائحة. جائحة بالمناسبة is best translated into pandemic. Morning every one of you. I am addressing myself to the students registering with me, academic writing 2. You know that we need to be able to use transitional words which signal transition from one point to another, and we have different types of transitional words. Transitional words are very much like the traffic lights, which tell us how to go about faring here and there, and how to use and how to transfer from one point to another. We have chapter 9, page 157. You have the chart at the top of the page. We have mid-additional idea, transition signals, and signals that show that we add one point to another, one sentence to another, one point to another, or one idea to another, because in writing we join sentences to each other, or rather we join ideas and notions. Ideas and notions can be or should be connected to each other in order to be able to write a unified, coherent, cohesive paragraph or essay. We have I'm dealing today with additional ideas, transition signals. These are divided into sentence connectors. As sentence connectors, you have them in your book, page 157. Sentence connectors means that that we connect two sentences with each other or to each other. Furthermore, we have sentence connectors. Furthermore, moreover, besides, and in addition. You need to know that these sentence connectors start the new sentence. This means that they add an idea to a previous sentence, a sentence that is mentioned before. Most probably, almost always, they are preceded. These ones are preceded by a semicolon or by a full stop. Furthermore, moreover, besides, in addition, are sentence connectors, which means that they are followed by, they start the new sentence, then we put a comma after these sentence connectors, and we write a full sentence, at least made up of subject and verb. This is the least components of a meaningful sentence in English. The second type is the prepositions. You know from your previous study in grammar and writing that the prepositions are followed by nouns or gerunds. You know a gerund is another form of a noun, a verbal noun. Besides and in addition to, both prepositions and sentence connectors, I add ideas, a new idea to a previous one. Add, underline, and the triple underline the word add, because addition is an idea, it's a notion in grammar, is a notion. If I give you examples, for every one of them, you have an example, but this one is not enough, so I need to give you more examples to master the way they are used. Furthermore means in addition, or in addition to what? A procedure. Yes. You have examples here, dear students, using furthermore and moreover. The first example, She arrives on time, full stop. Furthermore, comma, her work is always excellent. You see here, furthermore starts a new sentence, preceded by a full stop and followed by a comma. What comes after furthermore, which is most important here, is that a full sentence comes after furthermore. Why? Because here it is being used right now as a sentence connector, not as a preposition. Furthermore is not a preposition. Furthermore is a sentence connector. The example number two, I am not interested in what you are selling. A full sentence, yes? A full sentence, sure. Further, full stop ended with a full stop. Furthermore, capitalized, of course, because it comes after a full stop, then followed by a comma. I asked your company not to contact me ever again. You, if you scrutinize the sentence, you see it is a full sentence made up of a subject I, asked is the verb your company not to contact me ever again. These are good examples, illustrative examples that tell you how or shows you full well how to use furthermore. This is I told you several times before that using sentence connectors, using transitional words, whether a preposition or sentence connectors, separated conjunctions or coordinated conjunctions is of utmost importance because no one can write beautifully and academically correct sentences without being able to use the sentence connectors or the connectives. Another example shows how moreover is used. The cameras will deter potential criminals. الكاميرات هذه اللي بنركبها احنا في الشوارع تستخدم لردع المجرمين الممكنين. صحيح والله صحيح. Moreover طبعا كوما after moreover a comma preceded by a full stop, they will help police a great deal. A great deal. Yes, a sentence connector. It is here used. Full sentence comes after moreover. Moreover, yes, swimming alone is against the rules. Full stop. Moreover, it is dangerous. You need to concentrate. You need to bear in mind and never lose sight of the idea that after these connectives or sentence connectors, a sentence precedes and a sentence comes after. I know that in one of the classes, face-to-face classes, I gave you I gave you an exercise to use them, and you know that you found it difficult to use them correctly. I advise you to work hard on them because they are of at extreme importance. خلاص؟ Okay. نعمل كمان أمثلة. Yes, okay. We have other examples. We have other examples to use using besides and in addition. Let me show you how, through examples, how they can be used. Here are more couple of examples making use using besides and in addition as sentence connectors. The first one, I am not ready to get married yet. Full stop. Besides, comma, I enjoy living alone. Once more again, I stress the fact that after besides, there is a full sentence. In addition, students majoring in English, like you of course, need to work hard. In addition, they need to be intelligent. I want to draw your attention الكتاب. Yes, Now, with the book once more again, I believe that you have noticed that besides appears as a preposition and appears as a sentence connector. But you need to know that if we use besides, if we use besides, we need to use besides as a preposition. That besides as a preposition is followed by a noun or a gerund. Very much like in addition to, which is followed by a noun or a gerund. You know full well that prepositions aren't followed by full sentences. They are followed by nouns or noun phrase, nouns or gerunds. Examples: besides working hard, comma, he needs to concentrate. Besides working hard. Besides working hard. This is an example showing how besides is used. Besides working hard. This is a gerund. أو بخلينا besides hard work, comma, they need we are finished with additional idea transition signals. But I want to attract your attention to a fact that furthermore, moreover, besides in addition, as sentence connectors are the sentence signals aren't restricted to these you have here. And furthermore, moreover, besides, in addition. We have other things, we have other sentence connectors in the newer edition of this book, like likewise, also, and we have other adverbs. More importantly, we have additionally, we have similarly, we have likewise, and so on. You need to consult your dictionaries to see how these can be used. This is the idea. Here we finished with the idea of addition. We have another idea which is opposite idea. I mean that we need with the sentence, the second sentence contrasts or opposes the idea mentioned in the first sentence. We have sentence connectors, we have subordinators, we have prepositions. Sentence connectors, on the other hand, however, what comes after them, is a full sentence. But this sentence contradicts or opposes in meaning the previous one. Take care of this. Take care of this. With subordinators. I mean, when we use subordinators, we use them in complex sentences. We have gone through this in detail, but we need to make a little bit revision right now. We have despite, we have in spite of. What comes after despite and in spite of is a noun phrase. On the other hand, however, people who want to lose weight can succeed. This example is taken from the book in front of you. But what? Yes. Another example. This is even though, even though are subordinators, which means that these subordinating words or connectives come in complex sentences in the part that depends on the second previous one. Although, even though, and though fad diets do not work, there are other diets that do. Here, fad diets do not work. This is the complete sentence, the main clause. Yes, لا, sorry, the subordinate clause. even though although fad diets do not work, comma, there are other diets that do. You should notice that if we start the complex sentence with the dependent clause, we need to use the comma after the dependent clause finishes. Uh, on the other hand, yes, despite and in spite of many attempts. What comes after despite and in spite of? Many attempts to lose weight. This is many attempts. This is a noun. A noun. I am still overweight. The main sentence, I am still overweight. Despite, in spite of dieting for several years, I am still overnight. Uh, I'm going to give more examples after a little interruption. We are back with our examples of sentence connectors showing opposition. We First of all, sorry for interruption. I find lots of difficulties with using technology because I am too old for that. Excuse me for that. A sentence connectors showing expressing opposition are, however, nevertheless, nonetheless, notwithstanding, still, yet, withal, and on the other hand, I left on the other hand because it is too famous to be written here. Examples don't lose sight of what I have said. Concentrate. Sentence connectors. After the conjunction, there is a sentence, and before it, there is a sentence. Simple sentence, simple sentence. These join two simple sentences with to each other, but without making them compound. Without making them compound. He worked hard, full stop. However, he didn't get a high mark. Okay, the second notion expressed, if a person works hard, it is expected that he gets a high mark. But the opposite idea is he worked hard, but however, nonetheless, notwithstanding, yet withal, nevertheless, however, he didn't get a high mark. The idea expressed is opposing the idea that comes first. He is very strong, nevertheless, he doesn't like fighting. Again, nevertheless is followed by a comma and preceded by a full stop. He doesn't like fighting. She was extremely sick. Nonetheless, she went to her office to work. Sick people are expected to stay at home. Like the way we are doing with the coronavirus, we are staying at home and we rarely go outside our homes. Nonetheless, here, nonetheless is a sentence connector. Uh, these examples are very important. We are left with although and even though as subordinators. They express the same idea, but what differs is the sentence structure. With however, with notwithstanding, on the other hand, withal, nevertheless, nonetheless, notwithstanding, we have two separate sentences. We have two simple sentences. Okay, but with subordinators, we have a complex sentence, a main clause, and a subordinate clause. The subordinate clause is the one that is preceded by the subordinating conjunction. The subordinating conjunctions showing contrast or showing opposition is although and even though. Although he worked hard, comma, he did not get a high mark. What the difference between the two sentences? He worked hard, full stop. Nonetheless, or however, he didn't get a high mark, and although he worked hard, he didn't get a high mark. Is the difference between varieties of not varieties of English, structures, optional structures. You can choose this one and you can choose that one, provided that you know when to use them. With although and even though we say that the idea expressed the idea expressed by the conjunction and the sentence that follows is subordinated to the main clause, which means that this is less important than the fact that expressed in the main clause. This is very important. Although and even though we have the prepositions despite and despite of. You remember from your previous study that complex sentences beginning with although and even though can be transferred into a clause, into a phrase by by substituting although with despite or in spite of. Despite, not despite of, despite and in spite of. In spite and despite, since they are prepositions, they must be followed by a noun phrase, or a noun. Despite her illness, she decided to get she decided to go to her work. In spite of his hard work, he unfortunately didn't get a high mark. These are enough examples for those who can, for those who find that they want to ask to raise questions. I'm waiting for you in the second session. An important remark. This is our this is my first this is my first experimentation with the model technology. I hope that I have done a good job. Excuse me for making some interruptions. I hope that next time I'll be able to overcome these difficulties. Goodbye. Stay well. Stay at home. Never leave your homes, since the coronavirus is very dangerous. Bye.